joining me for another edition of Swatch Night. Yeah, girl, it's Friday night and you know what time it is. It's time to swatch some eyeshadow palettes. Look, if you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button so you can stay connected with me, and also that notification bell so you'll know every time I upload a video. I guarantee you, if you stay connected with me, either I'm gonna help you spend your money or save it. I will, because you saw what my name is, the eyeshadow shopper, and I love to shop for eyeshadow palettes. And tonight we are going to be swatching the Sweet Peach, you guys. I love this palette. I've had it for a while and I absolutely love this palette and I can't wait to show it to you. But before we get into it, you know, if you are already subscribed and you've watched my Swatch Night videos, you have to go get you something fun to drink. I happen to have my fun beverage already ready. So you guys need to pause this video, go get you something fun to drink. You know, if water is your thing, get it. It's fun, you know? But the deal is you have to have a fun drink in order to watch this video, because it's gonna help you focus, it's gonna help you take notes, it's gonna help you leave comments in the comment section about, you know, if you're curious about certain shades I've swatched, and if you wanna know more information about the palette. You know, all that starts happening when you have something fun to drink. So go get it and pause this video. Also, I want to let you guys know too, I do all of my swatches with no product on my hand at all, because I want you to have the same experience that you would have if you were in the store and you were swatching palettes. Because I don't know about you, but I don't swatch my palettes in the store or eyeshadows with any product on my hand, because I truly want to see how the product performs with a swatch. Of course, it's a little bit different when you apply the makeup to your eye, but you know, if you get a good swatch, more than likely you're gonna have a good payoff with your application. So I definitely do my swatches with no primer whatsoever. And I hope you enjoy watching this video. And I make them because I own a ton of eyeshadow palettes. I absolutely love them and I love sharing them with you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Those of you that have already subscribed, thank you for joining me again. And I'm ready to get started. Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying I've had this palette for a while, so this box is kind of beat up, but I like to keep my palettes in the box because they travel well. And I enjoy taking my palettes out of the box, you know, when I use them, because it just gives me the feeling like I just purchased it again, even though the box might be a little a little worn. I like that, but the main reason is when I travel, you know, they travel well. Now, as you can see, the graphics on the package is beautiful. It's very simple, and it basically goes very well with the name of the palette, which is, you know, Sweet Peach. And on the back of the palette, you have the shadows as well as the names and the ingredients in the shadows. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out. Now, this palette smells like peaches, and I've owned it for a while and it still smells like peaches. Oh my God, you guys, it really smells good. It smells so good. Okay, let's get back to the packaging. This is super cute to me because you see how the shades kind of transition here? That's beautiful. And the case is pretty hard. So if you happen to throw your box away, I believe your shadows would still be okay because the case is pretty hard and durable. It still has the shadow ingredients on the back as well as the shadow names. And as you can see too, it has a really nice size mirror, and I love the fact that it has Sweet Peach here and kind of like a logo, you know, just a logo, which is you know, something that's standard in some of the palettes, but I think this one is super cute because the lettering is raised into the mirror, so it kind of gives it just a different effect, you know. And then of course, you know, you have the name of the company at the top there, and it's still a nice size mirror, even though the lettering is taking up some of it. As you can see, you got a good amount of shadows in the pan. I mean, they are just a really nice size for the price that you paid for this palette. I stopped the video for just a second just to check the price of this palette, and it is $49. It's been a while since I purchased it, so I didn't want to give you an incorrect price for the palette, because I'm sure if you don't own this palette and you've been thinking about it, you're considering that as well too. How much do you want to spend on a palette? So it's $49, but as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, the shadows are a really nice size. And you know what? I think I'm ready to swatch this palette. All right, before I get started, I just want to let you guys know something. I butcher eyeshadow names a lot, so I apologize in advance if I jack up a name that's on this palette. I think most of them are pretty simple to pronounce, but you might get a laugh here or there. So just pay no attention to how I'm pronouncing the shadow name. Just pay attention to the swatch, because that's what you came here for. You don't care really about the name. You want to see the swatch, right? Right? All right, let's do this. All right, loves, we're gonna start with White Peach. The shade is beautiful. The next one we're gonna swatch is Luscious. Gorgeous shade, absolutely gorgeous. And the next one is just Peachy. So pretty. The next one is Bless Her Heart. All right, let's see here. Let me find a finger. Bless Her Heart. Oh, she is pretty. All right, wipe my fingers off a little bit. I think I'm gonna switch and do swatches right here. All right, so the next one we're gonna swatch is Tempting. Hold it up so you can see. Okay. Here is Tempting. Tempting is gorgeous. And this next shade is Charmed, I'm sure, which is this one. This one I use a lot as a transition shade. It's an absolutely beautiful shade. Give me a finger here and get in this pan. Let's see. It's beautiful. All right, so the next one we're gonna swatch is Nectar, which is this one. Oh, now Nectar is giving me life right now. Like, seriously. I didn't even know I felt this way about this shadow. Oh, I kid. Wipe my fingers off. Aren't these some pretty shadows, you guys? I mean, just beautiful. If you have this palette already, leave it in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about it. What's your favorite shadow in the palette? I mean, those of you that are out there watching this and you haven't purchased a palette yet, they would definitely, I guess everybody else would love to know your opinion on the palette and what your favorite shade is. So don't be shy. Leave it in the comment section. All right, so the next one we're gonna swatch is Cobbler. Let's see here. Ooh. This is Cobbler. Beautiful. You see the shimmers in there? Ooh. Okay, and the next one we're gonna swatch is Candied Peach. Candied Peach is very, very soft, a very soft shade. And I think it actually would work as a transition shade as well too on certain skin tones. It's really, really pretty. All right, I think I'm gonna move on to the back of my hand here. All right, so the next one we're gonna swatch is Bellini. Ooh. It is beautiful. Beautiful, girl, beautiful. All right, and the next one we're gonna swatch is Peach Pit, which this is a really pretty purple shade. Really, really pretty. You'll see. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. The next one we're gonna swatch is Delectable, which is this one. I'm excited to show you this one. Look at this. I mean, beautiful. And you guys, I'm not using any product. This is like live swatches, okay? Let's just take this all in. This is no product, meaning no help, you know? It's just showing up on my skin and I love it. I just love it. Hey, let me wipe my fingers off a little bit. Okay. So we're moving on to the last row. The next one we're gonna swatch is Peaches and Cream, which is this shade right here. It's a light shade. Get in here. All right. I mean, this shade is gorgeous. Beautiful. The next one is Georgia. Oh my goodness. This palette is beautiful. Okay. The next one is Caramelized. This one is a little different. It was surprising to me. Caramelized was. But I'm loving it. I am. This is like, it's soft and rich at the same time. It's beautiful. Okay, so the next one we're gonna swatch. Find room here. I think I got room right here. This is the last spot. So I think we're gonna do it there. All right. The next one we're gonna swatch is Puree. I use Puree a lot as a transition shade, more than I do Charmed, I'm sure. So I love this shade, and it actually looks a lot like my skin tone. So it's a beautiful transition shade. Very, very pretty. The next one we're gonna swatch is Summer Yum. All right. Get my hand in here. Do some of this Summer Yum. Ooh. Gorgeous. All right, and then the next one is Talk Derby to me. Okay, damn. Okay. Oh. Oh, it's talking. All right, you guys, you saw all the swatches. Let me clean my hands and arms off, and then we're gonna talk about it. All right, you guys, I'm gonna use this Take the Day Off eye makeup remover from Clinique. I love this product, and this bottle is actually $19. They do have a larger size. It's 28, but it's definitely worth the price. Do you see this? Where is the rest of the day at? Where's the day? It's gone. It's gone. So I love this product. So that's another thing. If you're new to makeup, it's definitely important for you to invest in a really good makeup remover serum. It's gonna save the elasticity of your skin. You won't have to like rub and scrub, and you definitely don't wanna do that in the eye area. So it's definitely worth you just spending just a couple of extra dollars when you can, whenever you can, and going ahead and getting something really good. You can actually you might be able to find a smaller version of this at Ulta, maybe in the travel size section. Sometimes that'll save you some money too, but yeah, you definitely need to invest in a really good eye makeup remover serum so your face won't start looking like this. Okay? All right, so we're gonna talk about this girl here. Yeah, girl. Wasn't she gorgeous? She just performed so well. She was absolutely gorgeous, you guys. I mean, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. How many times am I gonna say she's gorgeous? A lot, okay? She's gorgeous. Things that I like to ask myself when I purchase a palette, whether or not it's user-friendly. And the reason why I ask myself whether or not it's user-friendly is because I do get ready to go to work with me videos, and the reason, oh, sorry you guys. The reason I do these videos is for those of you out there that are thinking about wearing makeup to work, and you want to keep it professional and you don't want to do anything over the top. So I do looks that are very conservative, very beginner friendly, and very easy to recreate. It works well for people that wear makeup all the time. You know, when they watch my get ready to go to work with me videos. And it also is very helpful for those people out there that don't really wear makeup and you're kind of interested, and you'll get to see what colors go well together, what works, what doesn't. Now, I'm not saying that you have to wear makeup all the time just to feel and look beautiful, but this is just something that I enjoy doing. I love eyeshadow palettes and I love creating new looks. So definitely you should check out those videos if you're interested, which hopefully you are. All right, so you see how large the shadows are in this pan. I think that's another factor that makes this very much user friendly, because even down to the basics of like using a blender brush, it won't be hard for you to get your brush in here because of the pan size. And as you can see, I really don't have too much spillage, you know, over the pan because the shadows didn't really have any fallout, which was beautiful, even though they had a little bit of shimmers. So yeah, definitely is a beginner friendly palette. Is the palette worth the price? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because as you can see, the shadows were very pigmented. I've had this palette for a while, and I'm telling you, it's still performing as if I just purchased it yesterday. And not only that, I just think it would be just a really good investment to have this palette, you know? It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, you really can't go wrong. You got a good amount of range when it comes down to colors. If you If you wanted to wear something bold and daring, you do, you know, the darker looks. If you wanted to stay a little more neutral, you'd stay on this side of the palette. I think it's super easy to work with. So definitely it is beginner friendly. And the next question I like to ask is, if this was the palette that you could only purchase, you know, anywhere from 6 months to a year, if this was the only one, if this was the palette that you were gonna make that splurge on, absolutely I would say pick it up. You're gonna love the fact that it smells like peaches, you know, for one. I'm just telling you this, trust me. You're gonna love that fact. And number two, it's so easy and simple to work with, and you won't create the same look over and over and over again. It, you know, it might seem a little bit similar to you, but you're gonna really notice the difference with the looks that you're going to create. Even though this is a very, to me, very toned down palette, you can have a lot of fun with it, and I absolutely recommend you picking it up if this was the one for you. Okay, and I'm talking to those people out there that have a few drugstore palettes and you're thinking about investing just a little bit more into you know, a little more pricier palette, which this is, to me, it's a mid-range palette as far as the price, and I think it would be a great investment for you. Also, I want to tell you too that I had to take a sip before I said this so I could say it the right way. A lot of times people try to talk you down when you are thinking about spending a little bit more money on makeup or eyeshadows. And to me, I honestly think that it is not a bad purchase at all when it comes down to spending a little bit more money on eyeshadows, because the quality of the product will speak for itself, you know. So you could look at it as, if you did decide to purchase this palette, you could just use this palette maybe on occasions that are, you know, considered to be special occasions, like maybe my friends are upset out there. Anyway, you guys already know about Smokey. He made an appearance in my last video. He was in the other room barking in his sleep, so apparently he sees something else out the window. But let me get back to this palette. Look, if you gotta think about it this way. If this was the only palette that you're gonna have, and the only palette that you want to spend your extra money on, then you would actually just use this one on special occasions, you know, on those special days like date night, like you know, maybe going to work even, you know, or going to church, or, you know, going to a wedding. You always need something really nice in your cabinet. And it just, I mean, this is just my opinion, it just really makes me feel pretty and me feel special when I can pull something out that is one of those things where I'm not using every day, you know. I'm very fortunate to have a few palettes that I have the same experience just about every day, as far as like pulling out palettes, because I look at my palettes as, I treat my palettes as accessories, you know, because I have so many of them. But I understand for those of you that don't have very many palettes. So I mean, I said all that to say, don't pay attention to other people that are trying to talk you down and say, oh girl, you're gonna spend $49 for a palette. I mean, like I said, that's a mid-range price, and it's definitely worth the investment. It's not, you know, and the funniest thing to me is when people say, oh girl, you know this palette is gonna expire soon or whatever. Girl, bye. It doesn't work that way, especially if you store your palettes in, you know, properly and take care of them. Your palettes are gonna last you a long time. So don't let those things stop you from spending money on yourself and just, you know, treating yourself to something nice. Now, I totally get it if some of you out there that are watching me can't afford to purchase this palette right now. There are other avenues that you could get your hands on this palette. You know, if you are able to, you can make purchases at Ulta, and you can rack up points, and your points turn into dollars. So you can use those dollars towards the purchase of this palette, you know, or you can save up to get it. But it's definitely, don't let certain things stop you, you know, when it comes down to just buying something that's a nice treat for yourself, you know. I used to be that person that didn't have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I had a few palettes from the drugstore, and I'm telling you the honest God's truth. My mother-in-law actually turned me on to more, I guess, higher end brands. And she wasn't the type of person that wore makeup all the time either. But she told me that she always liked to have just at least one nice palette that she could pull out on those special occasions. And so she ended up getting a palette. I ended up getting the same palette. And that's where my love for palettes kind of, you know, started. And I always go back to that thought when it comes down to, you know, talking to somebody about buying eyeshadow palettes. You know, it may be a hard concept to understand for people that aren't really into makeup and don't really do things like that. Then I get it. It's maybe something that you'll never understand. But for those of you that are into makeup and, you know, you enjoy treating yourself sometimes, treat yourself. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Treat yourself. All right, well, I really enjoyed filming this video for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed watching this. And if you haven't had the chance to check this palette out and you have the opportunity to go to the store, go ahead and swatch it for yourself. I'm telling you, I had absolutely no product on my hands, so you saw how well it performed. And you know, it's just really nice to have. It's a beautiful palette, and Too Faced makes some really great eyeshadow palettes anyway, and this is definitely something that you need to put on your radar to purchase. All right, you guys, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button, go ahead and click it. I'm telling you, you need to join my family over here. You need to. And for those of you that have already joined the family, thank you so much for watching. And as always, cheers. Kiss and Makeup Beauty Salon is located right outside of Atlanta. Contact Tanisha Williams at 904-258-7751 to schedule your consultation appointment. Her quality work and professional service can't be beat. So schedule your appointment today for that special occasion. That number again is 904-258-7751.